But this game is actually pretty fucking hard. Um, yeah, Doom Eternal. Like the way this guy is playing it is like miles better than how I could even play it. I don't know if this is the correct way to play it even. And I know you gotta switch weapons a lot to for different enemies. That was like their main selling point for this is that that'll force you to use different weapons for different enemies. But to know which weapon to use is something that I don't know if you like would know on the fly unless you played this level before so much that you just know. I don't know.
Yeah, I never knew throughout Doom 2016. I'd shoot lots of people with a gun until I
Yep.
ran out of ammo, and then I would switch guns.
Yeah. That was the thing in Doom 2016 though, because you didn't have to switch weapons, but this one you kind of have to switch weapons in order to use for different enemies. You could probably run through the whole level. You could probably run through the whole level in 2016 with just a rocket launcher, and you'll be fine. But I think they actively discourage that in Eternal.
Huh. I know for the big guys, I always would bring out the rocket launcher and stuff.
Yeah.
The BFG once you get it, of course.
Yep. It's just the sheer amount of different enemies in this game is just ridiculous.
I think I've played more Doom in the last year than I've ever played in all of Doom. Um, like I played Doom 64. I played that one through to completion last year. I think I played both Doom 2 and 3 last year as well. Got about halfway through both.
How are those games? Are those like more of like survival horror esque?
Yeah, Doom 3 was definitely like survival horror. Like it was slow paced.
Yeah.
But Doom 64 was more back to like the arcadey stuff.
Yeah.
That one was fun. And it
So
was
would you do you rather do you enjoy more of the survival horror or the arcadey stuff?
um hmm, as much as Doom 64 was fun, I do like Doom 3 a lot. It's
Yeah.
I don't think it was one of the popular ones in the series, just because it I think slowed the pace down. But
I think it was
it's a good
because of
game.
that fact. It wasn't that well received, but
Yeah, I think it's good as a game. Maybe not good with the Doom title.
true. Yeah. Too many titles do that, you know. They make a sequel to something that is not an actual successor to the last game.
Yeah, like
What's a good example of that? Because I know there's a few of them. Um,
I didn't play a lot of or I didn't pay attention to a lot of the story beats in Doom 3, but they could have just made it like any other Space Marine and then maybe made you less powerful. It could add to the
yeah,
scare factor.
instead of being the Doom Slayer, and all of a
Yeah,
sudden you're like freaked out by all these uh fucking demons.
yeah. So you could have still been like a Doom series, just make it like a subtitled game or something.
Yeah, or like kind of like Halo 3 ODST. You don't play as Master Chief, but it's
Yeah,
still fun in that aspect because you're not like a Spartan, but it's still fun that for what it's worth, I guess.
yeah. I think it's still good though. Spin-offs. Trying to think of any good.
Well, like something that's not a spin-off, like not intended to be a spin-off, but should be a spin-off. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
A lot of people say that that's what Assassin's Creed has been. Like they shouldn't have the Assassin's Creed title, but
I think
they
that's
are.
because Desmond's story has been so overlooked now, which was
Yeah,
like the foundation of Assassin's Creed. Now people are just like, this is just
this isn't
being
Assassin's
an
Creed
assassin.
anymore.
This is just
Bringing back
Animus
Desmond.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I feel like they could do something like, well, I don't know. They pretty much covered his whole story. They couldn't really do that, but um, yeah, I don't know. Because I think their main problem is that all the characters you play as now aren't really a part of the Assassin's Guild. They're just kind of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they don't really contribute to a whole lot of like the overarching goal of the assassins or whatever. Because like, I guess the Templars are still there. They're just guys as different cult members, or um, yeah. I guess in all three of the latest ones, they're all cult members, which I don't know if that implies that they're Templars or what. I don't know.
I'm looking through some of my game lists to try and think of a good spin-off one.
Or Watch Dogs. People say Watch Dogs shouldn't be have the Watch Dogs title. Like Watch Dogs Legion. Like I love Watch Dogs. And I haven't played the first Watch Dogs. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't. But I haven't played the first one. Have you played the first one?
The first one is the best one.
That's what I hear a lot too, and I still haven't played it. I want to play it, but that's what I hear a lot
that with
too.
That I've actually only played the first one. So
you've only played the first one? Okay, well,
yeah,
I guess
so
you would know
if
you would know what I'm talking about if you played the second and third one, because I've only played the second and third one, and then like I see everybody else's opinion, and they say that it shouldn't be Watch Dogs anymore because it's just not the same, which I can understand. I've seen a lot of clips and stuff from the first Watch Dogs. It looked like the graphics was better. It looked like the story was better. It looked like it was just overall like a better game than the games that I've played. And I loved, two and Legion. So obviously I'm probably gonna really like the first one if I played it, but I don't know. Maybe that's just Ubisoft games in general. Maybe they just they're too liberal with their IPs.
Yeah, the second and third ones, from what I've seen, since I haven't played those two, they kind of just looked like not like GTA clones, but like they look like they lose the heart. Like if you ever get the chance to play through the first one, it's very story driven, and it's a very emotional game.
Yeah.
Even though there's a lot of the mini games and dumb driving sections that kind of bog the game down, but
yeah, that's what I've heard too, and it looks really dark and gritty too, which kind of stories that I love. So I definitely want to give it a good try.
Yeah, I'd like to say Fallout 76 should have not been a Fallout title.
That is, yeah, I agree with that. It would have been a great game on its own if it wasn't, what people expected it to be, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it would have much of a player base as it does now if it wasn't for the Fallout name.
True.
Because now, I mean, it wasn't when it started, but now it's a good MMO RPG. But it's not a good Fallout game, I guess, because everyone else is just used to RPG.
True.
But now that you had the massive amount of players, it's just a little different for the normal fan base.
Right. Yeah, it is definitely different, and it's hard to get used to. I don't know. I've been throwing out this game or this idea for a while now of like this RPG game set in the Fallout universe that's just like a like small team, like co-op style, where not like an MMO, but like imagine playing Fallout but like co-op style, So like what if you like that would be so much fun, wouldn't it? Maybe like 2 to 4 players. They all kind of have their own input in conversations or whatever. I know I played Star Wars The Old Republic, and they do this where two people can be in the same dialogue, and they can have different inputs based off of what their character archetype would say.
Yeah.
And yeah, sometimes that second player usually doesn't. I don't exactly remember how it goes, but sometimes the second player that's in the dialogue with them, usually they're overhearing the two people talking, but then they'll have their own thing to say, and then they'll, the camera will show them, and they'll say what they have to say. And I thought that was the coolest thing. I thought that was like revolutionizing RPGs, like co-op RPGs. I thought that was cool as fuck.
And it works.
It works, yeah. Like I thought that was cool as hell, and it just like it added that much more immersion to the world and your characters when two people, or you can have a group conversation with other players and an NPC. Coolest thing ever, man. And I feel like if you could do that with like either like a Fallout or a Skyrim game, maybe it doesn't have to be like an MMO, but like if you did that with like talking with maybe I'm asking too much too. I'm probably thinking of like some multi-billion-dollar game or something, but I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah. I think one of the biggest problems with game series nowadays is people don't want to cut it off. They're like, we had success and we're continuing to have success. So they just keep making games as long as there's demand for it. Which
True.
it's our fault as consumers for continuing to buy these games and inspiring them to create more.
But it makes sense though, Yeah.
Need to cut it though at some point. And like look at anything that's gone on for like more than 5 iterations. It's like it just gets super stale. Like there's more story ideas out there.
Right. Like Fast and the Furious. What are we on 9 now? 10?
11?
11? Jesus Christ.
I think they're on 11.
Oh my god.
Plus the few spin-offs, so they're probably at like 13 movies.
That's nuts, man. Yeah, like something like that. It has gotten stale. Like they launched cars into space. Like they have no business doing that. But yeah, I guess they had to. They're scratching their heads in the storyboard meeting of what to do, and then that came up, so they had to do it because they got to make money.
Yeah, and I'm not completely against continuing the franchise and continuing the universe. Like obviously, like Fallout,
sticking to what
Fallout
works.
and Elder Scrolls. Yeah, Fallout and Elder Scrolls are like massive lore-filled worlds. You could do stories for the rest of my life, and you'd be fine. Just as long as you're not like, I don't know, you got to keep it fresh. Like look at Far Cry. Like there's what 7 games now, and it's the same
6.
thing as Assassin's Creed. They're just making the same thing, and it doesn't feel like they're progressing the world or doing anything different. I think if you count Blood Dragon, there's probably 7.
Oh yeah, Blood Dragon. Yeah, I forgot about that one. Yeah, there's 7. Yeah.
Oh, and Primal.
So there's 8. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and New Dawn. I'm just looking through the list now. there's a few.
New Dawn?
Yeah, Far Cry New Dawn came out in 19.
Oh, yeah.
Is the dinosaurs one?
Yep.
Or not dinosaurs, but like
not dinosaurs, but it was like post-apocalyptic or whatever.
Yeah. Or no, Primal was with mammoths. Yeah, New Dawn was.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, maybe that's just a Ubisoft thing. They'll just stick Far Cry on anything that they can. There's a big bad guy. There's a bunch of bad guy bases. Go take over all these bases. Take down the bad guy. Far Cry.
Right. Will it ever be as good as 3 was?
No, I don't think it can.
I think we reached our peak there, and it's not gonna come back.
Been going downhill since.
It's interesting to see where each series reaches its peak at, because there's other ones like Gears of War. I consider like the first one its peak right there. Um, but other ones like
Yep.
Halo, it probably hit it like 3-4 games in, like with Reach and ODST and
True.
stuff. Um, but yeah, each game hits it, or series hits it at a different point.
Well, you could tell like when a game hits its renaissance, because they put a lot of thought into it. Like take Modern Warfare 2019 for example. Everybody loved that game because they added a new engine. They completely revamped everything. Like people were sick of the same thing every year, and they're like, all right, so made something. They built something from the ground up, like what they used to do, and it received great. And then they came out with Warzone, that was great. And then, uh, and then Modern Warfare 2, that was also good because they got DMZ and stuff. We're still having fun with that, but it's because
Yeah,
they
and
put thought into it. They do something new.
it's a great time, but did it really need to be the Modern Warfare name? Like we've already got Modern Warfare the originals, Modern Warfare the remasters,
True.
and now this is Modern Warfare rebooted.
Modern Warfare 2, you rebooted, yeah. Don't mistaken it with the Modern Warfare 2 remastered or the
Yeah,
2008 Modern Warfare 2. No, this is a new Modern Warfare 2. I haven't played the campaign
yeah,
yet,
because
and I don't know. I've also heard this is probably the best Call of Duty yet. So I'm not saying it's a bad game, but it could have done something else with the title. Yeah.
yeah, you got to work on your naming conventions. Like
Yeah.
look at like Final Fantasy. I haven't played the games. I don't know if they're good or not, but they just go 1 through 14, right?
15
Or
by now.
15
I
now?
played I
Jesus.
played 15 actually, and I loved it. Like I that is something worth a playthrough. I love that game. That was the only one I played though. So, for all those Final Fantasy fans out there, don't hate me, but that was the only one I played, and I did like it. I liked it a lot. So, if you want to say that, I do have a question. If you do want to say that Final Fantasy 15 is a good example of all the other games, I will play the other games. But if it's not and it's like something new and refreshing, then I'll probably wait for the next game. I think the Final Fantasy 16 is coming out soon. Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. So
Looks like they have a few spin-offs, but for the most part, I mean, they stick to their main line there.
yeah, I don't know why it's a sequential number, anyways, because each one of them are different, completely different stories. So
Like just same universe though,
I
or
don't know if it's the same universe, honestly. So that is not a question I could answer, but what I do know is they're all completely different stories.
hmm. Like another one I have problems with the naming conventions with is Life is Strange, which
Oh,
is one of my favorite game series of all time. I don't know if you've played through those ones.
uh, I started playing through the first one. Didn't get too far into it, but it was all right. Yeah, from what I played.
Yeah. The title makes sense for the first game, but then you got Before the Storm, or Life is Strange Before the Storm, Life is Strange True Colors, and you have Life is Strange 2.
Yeah.
And it's like they're all they're kind of connected. They're in the same world, but they're different.
Oh, okay.
Like I don't know. They need to just have a more consistent naming convention there too.
Yeah, it's like so Before the Storm and True Colors, are they about the same people or are they different stories?
Before the Storm, I believe, is the same people as the first one,
Okay.
but it's like a prequel. True
Yeah, makes
Colors
sense.
is completely different people, and then Life is Strange 2 is completely different people.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
I've gotten halfway through both 2 and True Colors, but as far as I've seen, they don't connect to the mainline game yet. Unless it's going to be one of those like end of the game twists where it's like, oh, this is how this influenced the other game. But who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like I said, I haven't played through much of it, but like, yeah, they probably could have done better with the naming conventions. Like Before the
Yeah,
Storm
I'm.
makes sense for it being a prequel. I guess you wouldn't add a second, like a number to it.
Yeah, yeah. But then if you're gonna have 2 games that are subtitled, like just make them all subtitled. Don't make one Life is Strange 2, especially if it's not even related to Life is Strange 1.
It's not.
No, the second one is a different story with different kids in a different town,
Oh, what the
and
fuck?
like they also have powers, but like so far, like I said, I only made it halfway through the game, but it doesn't relate back yet. I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
just a big fan of the just stay with the numbers, like Mafia and Mass Effect. Just stay with the 1 2 3 1 2 3.
yeah. Well, Mafia is a different story because that's also completely different stories. Each one. Well, not each one. I don't know about 1 and 2. I know 3 is completely
One and two
different from
are
1 and 2.
1 and 2 are the same. Sort of. You're a different character in all 3 games, but you go back and see the first character in the second game, and in the third game you go back and see the character from the second game.
Oh, I've only played 3, so I guess I don't know a whole lot about it. But
Yeah, Vito, he's one of
yeah,
the
Vito.
council in
Yeah.
Mafia 3. He's the main character in 2.
Oh, he is. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thanks for enlightening me. I did not know that.
Yes, they're all in like the same universe or same area of the world. So,
That's cool.
but yeah, they're kind of loosely related. Like Vito's story doesn't really relate at all until the third one. Like it doesn't matter what he did before because it's I don't know. You make your new decisions in Mafia 3, anyways. You're a completely different person.
Yeah. They just came out with a definitive edition of Mafia 1 not too long ago. I think a couple
Oh,
years ago.
yeah, I've yet to play that.
That looks really good. It really does look next gen for it being such an old game.
Yeah, that's an old enough game where the remaster is definitely justified there. When
Yeah.
when those games get too old, where it's hard to even like you can't play it on new gen,
Yep.
then yeah, definitely remaster. But there's so many like we just played through Metro, which is a upcoming episode here. Um, the Redux came out 4 years after the original.
Oh wow.
I don't think that was really necessary. Like it definitely looks better. Like I'm happy with the improvements, but I don't know. I mean, you could have just made it backwards compatible,
Yeah.
but I guess they wanted to put the resources into a new game.
There's not a whole lot of difference between the two.
No, other than just a little more
A little more class.
beauty, and then they did merge some of the levels, but it's not really noticeable in the
No.
game. You just have less loading screens, I guess, so I guess it runs better.
Yeah. I'm looking at a direct comparison between the original and definitive edition for Mafia and is completely different cuz Mafia 1 came out for PS2 or something.
PS2, yeah, I think it might have been on 360 era.
Really? When did it come out?
I don't know.
2002?
Oh yeah, so I guess it would be original
Jesus.
Xbox.
Yeah, that's an old game.
I think 360 came out in 2005.
That is an old game. That's cool though. I definitely want to check that series out with it having a reboot. That's something I want to check out.
It's good. Mafia 2 is amazing, and I think that one's backwards compatible.
Okay.
So it's definitely worth it, especially if you like what's the time period now? I think it's 40s, 50s. That game takes place for a lot of it. It's really good.
Yeah, you might be right. It might be earlier than that too.
Yeah, I know it's like because Vito fought in World War II, so it's at least after the 30s.
Yeah.
So
I know Mafia 3 takes place in the 70s, 80s.
that makes sense. Jump up a decade or two with each one.
Yeah.
So back to the naming conventions. So we played Metro. That one I think does it well as well. Um, like they didn't number it, which I'm fine with, but each one is different. They didn't like flip flop between their naming conventions. They're just like, okay, you got 2033, then you got Last Light, then you got Exodus.
Yep.
It's very easy to be like, okay, you tell me the name of the game. I'm like, okay, I know which one that one is.
Yep.
Because just the naming conventions work really well there.
Those are all based off of books, anyways, right?
I think just the first one is. Because the first one's based off a book of the same name. And then Metro Last Light is like a year past it.
And then they wrote their own story for it?
Yeah. I'm sure they've probably consulted with the author, but
That's cool.
But I think it's different after those. I haven't read the book, so I don't know how close the first one even is. But
Yeah, that's definitely cool.
where you look at I'm just looking through my collection here more and seeing which other ones have bad naming conventions. Minecraft was a weird one that you'd think would be hard to mess up because you just name everything Minecraft, right? But no, they had to like officially in the title they have like Minecraft Apple TV edition Minecraft, but which is fine because then you know which console it's for. But the Xbox One has had 3 Minecraft editions now.
True. Yeah.
Or the current series because they had Xbox One. Then I think they re-released it for Xbox One X and just called it Minecraft.
Oh
again.
my god, that was the dumbest thing ever, dude. I remember watching E3, and then they fucking had this whole trailer for Minecraft.
Yeah,
well,
like, we're re-releasing it.
Yeah, they're re-releasing it, and then like, am I supposed to be hyped up about this? This is Minecraft. This came out fucking a decade ago. Like, they're just like, oh, with got some new textures. It's
Yeah.
you know, it's runs at 60 FPS. You know, it's like, oh my god, come on. How much do they gonna milk this fucking thing out of? Poor Notch sold that thing for 2 point something billion dollars, and he's just
been a lot of money
milking the shit out of it. It is a lot of money. Dude lives in a mansion, and he's like really depressed these days or something. Yeah, I don't know how he is these days. Actually,
got to go create a new project.
Yeah, I heard he's working on.
Because he sold Minecraft doesn't mean he can't do anything else,
right? But he could have not sold it, and then he'd be raking in all the cash. But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. It'd be interesting to see where Minecraft would be at today if Notch still was at the helm.
True, because
Microsoft has not done anything with it.
They have, actually. I don't know if you played Minecraft recently, but they've been adding a lot to Bedrock Edition.
Yeah, I've kept up with the updates, but like it's not comparable to like what it should be, at least in my opinion.
Well, I mean,
like I know the studio can never keep up with the modders, but
yeah,
like just I don't know. There's so many of those guys out there. They're creating Minecraft content, and I feel like you could hire some of them on, or at least get their permission to use the mod. You could be pushing Minecraft a little further than it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree there.
Maybe that's just my opinion from someone who prefers mod editions. So I just can't stand vanilla.
Yeah. And yeah, you have a point. They definitely could have went a lot more with that, but I mean, for what it is, I mean, it is Minecraft, and they don't want to go too crazy with it, I'm sure.
I want my macerators.
Yeah, right. Because like you still gotta remember that there's a lot of kids still playing this, so
Fuck them kids, man.
they're not gonna be able to do like tech hit level shit, you know.
Fuck them kids.
Even though we were doing tech hit level shit when we were playing at 12 years old,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Maybe
They'll pick it up, or they'll just stick with the vanilla stuff.
that's true.
But like, it doesn't even have to be like mixed into the game with everyone else. Like, they could just like support the modding community more. Like, throw some support to making some of these modding engines more naturalized with Mojang. Like, have some communication back and forth to just make the modding scene a little easier for us. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe have like
you could do what
the Technic
Bethesda did.
launcher. Like,
With
what's that? Oh yeah, the in-game
Yeah.
mod thing.
Yeah, they added modding to consoles
Yeah.
and stuff. Honestly, my favorite thing ever. Like, I found it kind of tedious to go onto Nexus or download different launchers and stuff, and manage everything. But like the mods that are on console or whatever, even though they're kind of limited, how many you can add. I think it's like 2 GB, which kind of sucks, but it's great. Like that is so much fun. And you just have a list of things you can add, and you can just add mods. They made it easy.
Yeah. I don't see why Mojang can't pair with like CurseForge or Technic and get something implemented more into the game.
Because they wanna take more money out of it or grab more money. I went on to Bedrock Edition one of these days, and I checked out the store, and they're charging like $2 per texture pack.
Jesus.
Yeah,
You used to just drag it and drop it into your fucking Minecraft folder.
I know. That's how easy it was. You could do that on PC easily, and it's all open source texture packs. But Microsoft, they want to microtransaction the shit out of that game. Can't do it without doing texture packs because they don't want to do mods, because then it would just I don't know. It's all cosmetics. Nobody gets angry about buying cosmetics, so
Yeah. So I found another game.
what's up?
Have you played Ninja Gaiden?
I have played Ninja Gaiden, yeah.
So they have a couple of them. It's Ninja Gaiden Epsilon, like it's the Greek symbol.
Okay.
I'll send you a picture here so you know what I'm talking about. I don't even know what to say to call that. Do you call it Ninja Gaiden Epsilon?
Epsilon?
Yeah, I think that's the Greek letter there. It like looks like a backwards 3.
Oh, that's just 3.
Is that a 3?
Yeah. It's not backwards 3.
Okay, but hear me out here. Then there's Ninja Gaiden 3-2.
What?
I just sent you the other one.
What is this mockery? Oh shit! Yeah, you're right. I think that's just Ninja Gaiden though. Ninja Gaiden Epsilon. Oh, is it Ninja Gaiden Z?
Is it maybe because it's Japanese and maybe it's a different character?
No. Ninja Gaiden. Dude, I don't know what that is.
TA actually has it spelled out here in a different one that says Ninja Gaiden S.
Ninja Gaiden S. Ninja Gaiden Sigma.
Ninja Gaiden Sigma.
Sigma.
Okay. So it is Greek.
Yeah. What the fuck does that mean? Is it the same game? Is it just Ninja Gaiden?
I was thinking it was... Yeah, so that's the Greek symbol for Sigma. What am I thinking for Epsilon?
I don't know, actually.
Epsilon looks the same.
It's the same symbol?
Yeah, Epsilon is also a backwards 3.
Huh.
It's just a little bit different. It's softer.
It's the soft Sigma.
Yeah. Interesting. I didn't even know you could have characters like that in your title. But I suppose if it's not naturalized to America, you can kind of put whatever you want in there.
Yeah, I suppose you could just get the Ninja Gaiden Master Collection. You'll have all of them. You don't have to worry about naming conventions. If Ninja Gaiden is something you're into, I'm not into Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah, it's super fun. I love the game. I think I played the third one, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah, Razor's Edge is really fun. I enjoy that one.
yeah, it's a good hack and slash, but yeah, I think for
Yeah.
me it gets dull pretty quick. But yeah, that is the state that we're in for naming conventions. Nobody can decide on
Yeah,
anything. Nobody can think of anything original. I mean, Halo Infinite. Why is it called Halo Infinite?
because it's supposed to be the last one, I think.
The last one, and they're just gonna do live service till the day they
Yeah,
die.
that's what I heard in the like conventions leading up to it. That they're like just adding things to Infinite, and they're not gonna put it in a separate game. But
You know
who
what?
knows? We'll see how long that lasts.
I think
They'll probably
I'll
have
be
to
okay with
update the
that.
engine. They're probably gonna have to update the engine at some point, and then they're gonna create something new again for whatever next generation there is.
Yeah, just a re-release of the same game. Is that it?
Yeah.
Just like this is new and improved, kind of like how Overwatch 2 did it.
Yeah, and then you're gonna completely cut off your old player base and tell them to go fuck themselves.
Yep. Like they literally just deleted Overwatch 1 and then just replaced it with Overwatch 2 and thought that would be okay.
Yep. Like, sorry, we hope we weren't playing that.
Yeah.
We don't want to put the resources into keeping it alive.
Yeah.
And we also just want to force you to move to our next game.
Like, what the fuck, man?
Did they issue refunds or anything for that? Like, because Overwatch 1 was paid, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah.
Like, it wasn't a free game like Overwatch 2 is.
No, it was you paid for that game. I paid for that game. I don't play it anymore, but I paid for it.
Did you get a refund?
No.
At least like a partial refund? Like it's
Man.
They can just like
they just robbed me of my
yoink.
money. You think Blizzard cares about us? Nah. Activision and Blizzard does not care about us. They just want our money.
Yeah, just wait till Microsoft finally gets a hold of them once this deal goes through. We'll
Oh my god.
hopefully see some change.
You think Microsoft cares about us? Big Daddy Billy Gates?
I think they care about us more than Activision.
Yeah, that's true. They believe in the heart of gaming or whatever their message is constantly.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're a business, so it's going to be about money first of all. But like look at Game Pass. Like,
Yeah.
it's been what 4 or 5 years since. No, maybe not that long. It's been a few years though since Game Pass came around, and it's still an amazing deal.
Yeah. It's like they're actively trying to give you access to more games. And I think that's amazing.
Yeah. And like it seems like a win-win from everything I've heard. Like they hammer out deals with the developers and publishers. Be like, hey, we'll pay you guys this much money so we can put it in Game Pass, and then you guys still get like a cut of the profits too if someone decides to buy the game for full price. But we get a whole bunch of money too from it, and it just works out for everyone.
Yeah.
And Game Pass looks better then.
Yeah. I think it would be a fucking amazing if Call of Duty came to Game Pass. Like all the Call of Duties. Because they're still charging like $50, $40.
It's still full price.
For
like go
full
look at
games.
Ghosts or Black Ops 2. It's still $60.
Yeah. Like, what the hell are they pulling, man? Like, most of the lobbies on those games are hacked anyways, and you're still trying to put a $60 price tag on them.
Right. And I don't, I keep an eye on like the sales and stuff, just in case some good horror games pop up. Call of Duty never goes on sale.
Nope.
It's not a thing.
No. They will squeeze every dollar from you. I don't know, man.
You can bet those weapon skins in Black Ops 2 are still probably a couple bucks.
Oh yeah, definitely. Again, Activision's turned into a menace. I just hate how like I can't go into Modern Warfare 2019 without going through the whole Warzone thing. Because yeah, I'm just mad about that. It's like, why is it mostly Warzone, but there's this whole game like buried underneath Warzone called Modern Warfare 2019.
Yeah, I mean, Activision said it before, and they're kind of right that, or maybe it was EA that said it. That people don't like single player games anymore, and they're not completely right,
No,
but
not
the
completely
majority of
right.
people do prefer these multiplayer things. I would prefer the campaign. Modern Warfare 2019's, well, all the Modern Warfare campaigns are
Oh
amazing.
yeah, fucking A1, man.
Yeah, like they did really good with them when they actually let their campaign people do their job. They turn out really good. Obviously, they fucked up with like Black Ops 3, but for the most part, every campaign has usually been pretty decent.
Yeah. Well, Black Ops 3, or you mean Black Ops 4? Black Ops 4, they didn't even have a campaign.
Black Ops 4 didn't have a campaign, but Black Ops 3 was in the middle of the generation switch. So they removed campaign from 360 um, and still sold it for the same price. And
Oh,
then they had it on the one, but it just wasn't a good campaign. Like it felt rushed. It was kind of stupid and didn't really relate to the other Black Ops games as much.
yeah, it didn't. And it didn't have like a. Yeah, it really didn't. Usually, a good campaign either has like a really good villain or like a really good mission that needs to be done. And didn't really feel like that in Black Ops 3. I don't know. If there's no tension, you gotta at least have like a good like good emotion arising somewhat out of the player. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you. And now, welcome to a segment of the show that we like to call our top 5 favorite video games of 2005.
Top 5 of 2005. See, I'll put a little spin on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if we were doing a video, I'd put a little like star wipe on there or something, and
Yeah.
the text on PowerPoint when it bounces onto screen,
Yeah.
and big
Added sound
block
effects and
letters,
everything.
little kazoo whistles going, and
Yeah. Sparkle.
confetti
And
poppers.
have like fireworks go off and stuff.
Yeah, how do you want to start this? You want to go from 5 to 1?
Well, yeah, 5-1 sounds good. That seems like the conventional top 5. So,
Yeah, and I have 2 notes about mine before we start too. Some of these games may have released previously in 2004, but they released on the console I played it on in 2005, so that's what I'm going off of.
okay.
Whether
Yeah,
it
makes
came to
sense.
PC first and then the PS2 a year later.
Yep.
Um, and then mine are kind of in order of what I thought of them back then. Probably not accurate to what I would think of them now.
No, yeah. Definitely keep that nostalgia lens on because you don't want to
Yeah,
ruin
yeah, for sure.
it.
Yeah, because I think this order would probably be a little swapped if I did it by what I think of them now.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Do you want to kick us off with your 5th one?
Yeah. So, my 5th one is actually From Russia with Love. It's a
Yeah.
007 game, and it was super fun to use all the different gadgets and stuff. There was a multiplayer mode, which was super fun. I remember playing it with my friend years back, and we would just be there was this golden gun that you could find on the map and they would just insta kill each other. It was a lot of laughs. There was outrageous gadgets like jetpacks and like like watch gadgets and all that stuff. There's a lot of stealth going on too within the campaign, which I love. I love a good stealth mechanic in a game.
Yeah, could you play slappers only in that one?
Slappers only?
Yeah, isn't that what it's called in GoldenEye when you're just fists?
Oh yeah, no. This it's not the same. I wouldn't consider this like a GoldenEye successor because it's like a third person game, and it I don't even know if it's made by the same people. I don't know a whole lot about it, but it like no, there was no slappers game mode on there. From what I remember, there was a game mode where one team was like both teams were fighting over the launch codes. One team was like the spies, and the other team was like the Russians or whatever. And yet there was this you had to fight over the launch codes, and yeah, that was really fun.
Yeah, I chose Call of Duty 2 for my fifth game. I didn't play it till quite a few years, I think, after it came out. I might have played it on 360, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, it came out like at the end of the year in 2005 and kind of kicked off the Call of Duty series a bit. I don't know if I've ever heard anyone talk about the very first Call of Duty. You can always start with number 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good one. It had great missions. It's fucking difficult.
I bet.
It's a hard game just because it's one of those older Call of Duty types of what do you call it? Like difficulty systems in there.
Was
But
I suppose since it's old game, you didn't really get to choose the difficulty setting, did you? So you kind of had to.
I
beat
remember
it.
there being I think there was a veteran
Oh,
mode in
okay.
that one. So I think it was kind of the standard difficulty system that COD is stuck with.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I don't remember the story at all, so it probably wasn't that good. I think it was what was it? It was World War One, maybe World War Two. So I remember fighting with Russia. So I think it's like on Russia's side. So I think it was World War Two. Maybe.
Yeah. I feel like the first 3 games were just World War II. I think that's what
that was
Call of Duty was born off of was World War II.
it was definitely the favorite type of wars that were
Yeah,
back
absolutely.
then.
There's not a whole lot of games in other eras. I mean, there's Battlefield 1 took place in World War 1. And then there's some other games like Black Ops and stuff that took place in Vietnam. Not in Vietnam, but in the Vietnam era. But
yeah,
yeah.
and we're I think we've had a few games in like Afghanistan and stuff, but I don't think we've ever really seen anything in like the Korean War. Not a whole lot about the Vietnam War.
Yeah. I remember there's this old
Yeah.
PS2 game. It was called Shell Shocked. That was a Vietnam War game. That was pretty fun.
Huh.
Shell Shock. Yeah.
Yeah. Call of Duty 2 it's very clunky. It's hard to go back to when you're used to everything nowadays.
Right.
But it was a good one from what I remember. So what's your fourth?
My fourth is Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
A staple, a classic, a favorite. Man, spent so many hours in instant action and just playing was it Galactic Conquest? Galactic Conquest was the
Galactic
best
Conquest.
Oh man.
You choose your planets and
yeah, it was like a whole
that's
entire
awesome.
campaign based off of how the players did in each game and stuff. And it was like
and I've
a lot of push-pull, like war stuff going on there, and it was a lot of fun.
I don't think I'll ever get those noises out of my head. Once you finally pick a planet and it just like starts to zoom in on it, goes burp, burp, like zooms in again.
Bum, 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 burp, yeah, no, that
is it zooming on the fighting location
will forever be in my
screen.
head, rent free. I love that game though. There's a lot of quotes from that game too. Their reinforcements are dwindling. That you hear so many times throughout the game too. They're just like sit in my head.
Right. I chose Destroy All Humans for my fourth.
Oh, that's a good one. I didn't even know that came out that year.
Yeah, it came out for PS2 that year in 2005. Was definitely one of my top games of all time, I think.
Oh yeah, I love that game.
I put so many hours into it. Yeah. PS2. I'd fly around with a little saucer and just constantly be destroying buildings.
Yeah,
and,
I know. I at least beat it like 3 times. I loved it that much.
Yeah, I remember I loved staying on that. Like, I think it was the initial island, and I would just fuck with people there all day.
Oh, yep.
Put so many hours into
that game. Holobobs and walk around, and then you could get the telekinesis and just start fucking with shit. Nobody knows who is doing it because you're a holobob. Then you just kind of like run away, and they don't even know. They're just kind of freaking out.
Is that what they that you called it when you like you absorb yourself into the person?
Well, you kind of make you like make a holographic image of them. You don't like absorb them or anything, but you like kind of copy them.
I thought there was one feature, maybe it's in the second game, where you almost like jump into them or something. I remember like what's his fucking name now? I can't remember the main guy, but like you're using the fucking alien powers and you like suck yourself into their body.
Yeah, I know what you mean. That definitely was the second game. I don't remember what it was called then, but I know the first one, it was called the Holobob. Okay.
Yeah, that game is fucking awesome. I could still play it now. I mean, yeah, you definitely can play it now, actually. They just remastered it or remade it.
They remade the first one, and they just remade the second one. That also came out recently.
Awesome. I should get those, get back into that game.
Yeah, the second one's co-op, too. That's what I remember from that. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
So going on to 3 now?
Yes, sir.
So my third one is Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories.
Huh, I've never played that one.
It was for the PSP. And,
that would make sense.
Although I didn't play it in 2005, I played it later on the PSP. And I played it so much. It was so good.
Is that who do you play as in that one?
You play as a different character. I forgot his name. It takes place at the same place
as Liberty City.
GTA 3. So it's in Liberty City. It's almost the same map. Nothing's changed. But yeah, you just play as somebody else. And oh man, what I don't remember, but it was one of those things. I didn't really play it for the story anyways. I didn't even know the main character's name, but that was one of those games that I could play on my PSP and just hop in and blow shit up and put in a immense amount of cheat codes and have fun with it.
Cheat codes, always the best part about GTA.
Right? Exactly.
I remember having a whole I had a whole book that I had gotten passed down from someone, and then I had a whole notebook paper that was just full of GTA cheats that I would find out from other people, and or you just find out from experimenting and stuff like that.
Those were the days, man.
You'd share that list with other people before people even really used the internet, or we had it, but like we didn't have access to the internet as kids.
Yeah,
So you just have to like share this book or like share around your cheat sheet of codes,
The Holy Book.
bring it over to your friend's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like the cheat Bible. Cheat sheet Bible.
Yep. Yeah, it was like a thin little book that just had a whole bunch of different games in it. It had a whole bunch of cheats for each game.
Yeah. And there were actually
But I
really
think
good
GTA was
cheat codes too. Like I don't think there's a single game nowadays that has a cheat code system in it. But there was some
yeah.
games back then where you could just you could put in a cheat code and everything will be unlocked. Like you just beat the game already and you can just have fun with it. But then again,
Yep.
games were a lot cheaper then and you weren't exactly forced to play it.
Yeah, they were definitely more about like just like the player freedom back then too.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like they weren't like we're gonna force you to learn our or to play the game we want you to play.
Yep.
It's kind of just like you do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, I mean nowadays, I mean millions of dollars are getting dumped into these games. They can't really afford to just give you a cheat code to unlock everything.
Yeah,
That would be a lot of hours and money down the drain. But I can see why they don't do it nowadays. I guess that's what my point is.
yeah. So I don't know if you played this one, but I put a lot of very frustrated hours into it on the PS2. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. It
Oh,
was a movie tie-in game
yeah.
on the PlayStation. It was very fun. I still remember shooting the. They had like all these like fire Charmander lizard things in the game, and you kind of just played through like the story beats. I think.
Yep.
And you just like run around with the trio and um,
Yeah.
just cast spells on fucking weird things and try and get through puzzles and
Yeah. Harry Potter is like notorious for having actually good like movie adapted games. Because I remember playing Chamber of Secrets. It's even older than that one, and that one was a good game.
what was it? I don't think I played that one. I think I played Prisoner of Azkaban, and then all the games onwards. I played like Order of the Phoenix and Half Life Prince.
Yeah. So like you played the later ones or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I
I
mean, either way, like the games were actually like super fun. It's like Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings are two good movie adapted games that I know of that are actually really good.
yeah, Lord of the Rings has always been having some good adaptations from like War in the North is one I grew up with, and then they get those Shadow of Mordor ones that are pretty well received.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I would say Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War are like kind of like their own. I wouldn't say they're movie adapted. Maybe they're movie inspired, but
Yeah,
yeah.
same like yeah, I guess not straight adaptations, but same universe.
Yeah. But yeah, Harry Potter's good.
Yeah, yeah, I love this one. I was always frustrated with it because I'm I would say I'm probably still not good at puzzles in games, and
Right?
there was quite a few in that game where you had to cast certain spells to move on from a certain area, and I don't know. I struggled with that one, but I remember playing it a lot with my siblings, and we all really enjoyed it. I think they even had a co-op game, or maybe you just like switch between characters.
Did you have to in that game, did you have to like do like a certain like button sequence to cast a spell? Is that what that is?
Yeah, I think you had to like twirl the stick around or like spam A stuff like that. Like I think when you were fighting those fire lizards, you'd have to like spin it around to do whatever the water spell is. I can't even remember. It's been so long.
The water spell?
Yeah, or you'd have to like shake your stick around in a circle to be like you're like casting a thing, and it would like spray water at them to like douse out the lizard,
Oh,
and then you could like defeat it.
okay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
though.
I remember the game being really hard, and I think there was even a section where you were in one of the Triwizard tournaments, and I think those ones were pretty difficult too, like the underwater section with
Oh yeah, where you
trying to like save Ron
Yeah.
underwater.
No, Hermione.
Yeah, was it Hermione down there?
Hermione was on there.
I think and Ron.
They were both on
They
there.
were both chosen.
Oh, okay.
So I think
It's been a while.
What's his name? Victor Crumb. I think he had Hermione for his.
Yeah, you did.
And then Harry had Ron for his.
That's right. Okay. Yeah. I guess speaking of Harry Potter, Hogwarts Legacy, that's coming out soon. That's gonna be fun.
Still coming out. Oh yeah, that got delayed.
Yeah, it got delayed.
It's like I thought that was already out.
Yeah, no, I think it's January or February.
That's coming up here.
Yeah.
You gonna buy that one?
Absolutely. You bet your ass I am.
They should have like a collection, remaster all the old games and put them into one big bundle.
Dude, that would be nice, actually. I would do that. I would get that too.
I think I'd play through those again.
Yeah.
Maybe if they like fix some of the mechanics and like modernize it, it'd be really fun.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I think they could probably even add a co-op option. Because I think you just switched between characters in that game. Like you had Ron, Hermione, and Harry, and you just like switch between them for certain things.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if that was the case,
at least for Goblet of Fire,
definitely have like up to 3-player co-op. That'd be cool. I mean, if it was like that, like how you said, like it'd be no different than Lego games.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Anybody could switch to whoever as long as it's not already occupied by a player.
Yep. Yeah, some of my thoughts could be wrong on this if people decide they want to look into it and correct me. Because it has been many, many years since I've played PS2.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you could be right, you could be wrong. It is, yeah. Same with a lot of these games. I haven't played them so long, but I remember they're great.
Go break out your PS2s and prove me wrong.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, so you want to jump into your fourth there?
Yeah. So my fourth is, not my fourth, my second.
Yes, second, sorry.
Is Need for Speed trading. Most Wanted.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have figured you put a sports game up there.
No.
Or a race game.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I love racing games. Well, not as much as I used to. I used to love racing games a lot. Don't know what it was about them, but I was really gravitated towards them, and I played them a lot. And this was one of the games that I dumped a lot of hours into. Yeah, so it was fun. It was a lot of really deep customization of cars, and story was all right. There was this guy who beat you in a race and took your car, and then you're like, oh well, I want to get my car back, and then they're like, wait, you have to beat 50 other people in order to race him again because he's at the top of the blacklist. And then you're like, well, what the fuck? How did I get to that point in the first place? It was like, I don't know. It was one of those things, It was like, hold on there, buckaroo. You got to do all this before you do this, But, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I had a Need for Speed game that I was obsessed with. I thought I remember it having like caution tape on the front of the cover. It might be Carbon.
Carbon doesn't have caution tape on the front of it.
Yeah, but it might be this one. I think this is the one I'm remembering. But yeah, I played one of the Need for Speeds on the early consoles and just put so many hours into it. They're good games.
Really good. They're still coming out these days.
Sadly, it's not really a big series.
Need for Speed Heat, I played. It was really good. Need for Speed Unbound came out a couple days ago, and then I don't know, that one looks kind of weird to me, but I'll probably play it anyways because it's Need for Speed. But
Yeah. I mean, Forza's kind of been overshadowing it for like the last whatever amount of years.
Yeah, but in Need for Speed it was great because there's these there you can get into these awesome cop chases, and there's these pursuit breakers that you could do. Some of them were like a semi with a trailer carrying logs or whatever, and you could bump the trailer and then knock the logs all over the road. It'll mess up the cops. Some of them were like destroying like signs. Like there's this big donut sign that you could like knock the pillars off from below, and it'll drop the big donut from the top and screw up the cops. Man, the cop chases were the highlight of that game. That's why it's called Most Wanted, and it was so fun.
I think I might have played that one. I remember something about that. About the big donut.
Oh man,
like you could like knock out the like little support beams down there.
It was the best, man. I don't know how they can't find anything that compares to it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, there's so many good games in the old racing games. I played. I don't know when it came out, but I played Gran Turismo a lot.
Oh, Gran Turismo. Yeah. I think that was the first racing game I've ever played. It was Gran Turismo.
Yeah, I played that one on the PS2 a lot. I think it might have been the second one.
I don't
know. No, it would have had to been fourth if it was on the PS2.
Did they still come out with Gran Turismos?
Yeah, it looks like 7 just came out this year.
Oh, it did? Oh, okay. Huh.
Yeah, after I guess a bit of a hiatus. One in 2017, one in 2013. It's about every 3-4 years. Yeah, it's just the same as Need for Speed, I guess. They get overshadowed by Forza so much.
Yeah, that's true.
They've Microsoft's really done a good job of keeping Forza on the top of the line there, and even though it's not like the best exclusive because there's no story or anything, it's just racing.
Right.
It's definitely in like the top of its league.
It is
for what it is.
Definitely. Horizon series better. I rate the Horizon series better than the Motorsport series.
Yeah, I agree there.
If you're a hardcore
the fifth one that just came out
racetrack fan, then like sure you'd like Motorsport more, but like if you just like racing, then I think Horizon, or an appreciation for cars in general, I think Horizon is where it's at.
Yep. Yeah, that fifth one came out last year. I've put so many hours into it. The racing is it's fluid, it's fun. You get lost in it.
Yeah. And it's easy too. Like there's constant rewards going on. You know, every time you beat a race, you unlock a car or something, you know? Like it's just always something to keep you going.
Yep. Yeah, so for my fourth there, I chose Gun. I played this one a lot on PS2. My mother, for some reason, let me pick this one out at the used game store.
Yep.
I don't think she was aware of how violent it was. It was a rated M game.
Yeah.
I think it was a rated A at the time, maybe. I know it had a nude scene in it in one of the early levels.
Yep.
And I thought that had to get like it was either censored to get the M, or they had a rated A version of the game. Back when rated A was a thing.
Right. Now they'll just show tits and call it rated M. It's all good.
Yeah, exactly. If it wasn't for how many hours I put into this first game, Gun should be up there.
Yeah.
Have you played this one?
I played a little bit of it. Probably like the first mission.
Yeah. Like with the quail hunting.
The first mission took place on a boat.
The steamboat.
Yeah, the steamboat.
Yeah. Yeah. You do there's like a prequel like a little bit of hunting with your grandpa or something before,
Yeah, I
and you get into that
vaguely
boat.
remember that. Yeah.
Just the shooting in this game was like not. I guess I can't say revolutionary for its time because I do have like Call of Duty on this list, which is great, and but like for like westerns,
Right.
this was just top of the line, and I still don't think any game has beat it other than maybe Red Dead.
Red Dead definitely did. I mean,
Just
if you're
in the
going to
depiction
compare
of the
it,
West.
do you remember Red Dead Revolver? I think it came out around the same time.
I remember it, but I haven't played it.
Okay. Yeah. I think it was similar. I played a little bit of it. Yeah. There's
I
yeah, go ahead.
I played this one just so much growing up. My mom did daycare for a while, and I would usually have kind of a crowd of people watching me play this
Really?
as we try to get past some difficult sections. I know in the first town you get to after the boat crashes and stuff, and you get off. You're trying to like fix a bridge, and there's this section where you're trying to shoot dynamite out of the air as the natives are attacking and stuff, and um, they're a little probably a little racist in the game
But
towards them, but I suppose that's
probably.
more most Western depictions. They're a little hostile against Native Americans.
Yeah. So
Um,
as to be expected.
but as a kid, not realizing that kind of stuff, I was having a fucking blast
Yeah.
shooting people away. I had this big like powder shotgun, and it would just blast people like 30 feet back. And it was a fun time.
That's awesome.
And there's this little I don't know if you call it an Easter egg or a little side thing, but there's a dog walking around the town, and if you were a dick and you shot the dog, this little kid came out of the saloon next to it, and he's like, "You killed my dog," and then he pulls out a gun and kills you,
Oh no.
and he's like just an unkillable character, and he just murders your ass.
What the hell?
Yeah, it was a hard game as a kid, but I had so much fun in that one. I would love a remaster of Gun.
Gun. Yeah, don't you like shoot up the whole steamboat in the first mission?
Yeah, you get attacked by someone. I think by the main bad guys of the game. They were like trying to get this like holy cross to find this gold mine or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And they kill your grandpa and stuff, and then the boat crashes and blows up, and that's when you're in that first town and you meet the girl where you have that nude scene with your like love interest of the game
Oh, yep.
for as short lived as that is.
Okay.
Spoiler: she dies.
Yeah.
They have like a whole bathtub scene that I thought was cut, but
It wasn't.
I can't
It was
recall.
pretty graphic.
I think all it showed was just boobs.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, back then in 2005, that was a much different thing.
Yeah. It was probably was huge. But all right.
Yeah, your number one slot.
Number one was for me was Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition.
Is that another racing game?
Yeah. Yeah, it was
I don't think I've played this one.
a lot of racing and a lot of car customization, and I think that was probably most time spent customizing a car was in Midnight Club more than any other game. 'Cause I remember playing a lot of like Burnout 3 and stuff like that. But like this is the game where I would go in just to customize a car because like I would do a lot of the racing and then I would just spend a lot of money, buy every car I could. I think I owned every car possible in that game, even the cars that you probably wouldn't even care to have. Like I had it, and I was really proud of myself. But yeah, spent a lot of hours playing this game. Even the motorcycles, you can have motorcycles in this game, and I bought those, customize them. It was just a really fun game. There's this one mechanic in it where you could I think you slow down time. Yeah, there's a few different mechanics. So there's one where you could slow down time that would make sure you can get through traffic or whatever. That's when I usually activated it. But there's another one where you could tip the car on two wheels, right? it's it's
Yeah.
crazy because like you could like if there's like a lane and there's two cars in both sides of the lane, you're just like I'm just gonna go through the middle. Then you tip your entire car on two wheels and then go right through the middle. Oh man, it was such a wacky game, but I loved it. And then you could put hydraulics on your cars too. So and then you could activate them whenever. It was like more like that's what I'm saying. Like it was less of a racing game than more of like a just mess around with cars game. See what you could do. I had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
There was you could there's like three different locations. One was Atlanta. One was Detroit. I think that's it. I think it was just Atlanta and Detroit. But there were like two huge maps, and there was tons of different locations and different varieties of races in each one, and all of them had their own kind of spin to them, going into different places on the map that you didn't expect to go to, and yeah, a lot of fun, a lot of hours.
They had an LA version of the game, right?
Yeah, Midnight
Midnight
Club
Club
LA.
LA.
That was like the latest release of the game. I didn't like it as much
Okay.
as I did 3. I don't know what I expected, but it just didn't appeal to me.
I think I played that one briefly, but that's the only one I played in the series.
Yeah, yeah, because there was cop chases also in that one too. But I don't think it was as fun or in depth as Most Wanted. I don't think any other game came close to that. But yeah, good game.
Oh, this is Rockstar
Yeah,
as
Rockstar.
the
Yep.
developer.
Yeah, I don't think they ever made a Midnight Club since LA.
Yeah, no, looking at it now, it looks like LA was the last one back in '08.
Yeah, I would love for another one of these days.
This has almost turned into like 5 games we wish they would bring back.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Really, I mean, most of these could do with a remaster or just like a reboot or something.
Right?
Though, Gun would be probably pretty problematic to bring back now,
Maybe.
being that it was very like I don't think the violence or anything would bother anyone nowadays, but like the like definitely the like the what do you call it, the depictions of Native Americans and stuff like that probably wouldn't go over well.
Yeah, but that's just the time. And I think most people are mature enough to understand that cuz I mean, that's how it was in Mafia 3. That's how it was in Red Dead. Um I think Red Dead 1 was had a little bit of I don't know.
Yeah, were
Is
you?
like are you saying that that game like depicts like natives as bad guys or
Yeah, they were the bad guys, or not? They weren't the main bad guys. It was a fat white dude,
oh,
but um, but they were one of the enemies in the game, and they would always try and like scalp your friends, and
oh my god.
they were just shown as like very violent and like savages type of thing throughout the game.
Oh yeah, maybe that wouldn't that wouldn't
Um,
age very well today. But
and I can't recall, but I don't think there was ever like any conversations with them throughout the game. It was all just conflict.
wow. Yeah, no.
Like there was never an English conversation because it was two different languages between them, and or like they had theirs and we spoke English.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah. I don't
unfortunate.
think it would go over well at all. But who knows? Maybe in a reboot they could like work things around and make it PC enough to get past, but still like accurate to what the Frontier was like.
Right. Yeah.
Because it was a very gritty, accurate game, and yeah,
Yeah, I could see that.
yeah. Uh, so yeah, for my top game here, I chose one that you already had on your list. I chose Battlefront 2.
Oh, that was your number
Uh,
one?
yeah, I
Yeah.
think this game is amazing,
Oh, yeah.
and I easily put in a couple hundred hours back when, like, that was probably a lot for gaming. Now it seems like everyone puts hundreds of hours in games,
True.
but yeah, as a young kid, I was putting so many hours into this game, and uh, I played a lot of the like the Galactic Conquest, just the campaigns, just everything. I love the hell out of this game.
Um, yeah, Galactic Conquest is definitely my favorite part about this game. So it almost seemed like it merged like a board game and an action game. You know what I mean? Because like I don't know if there's like if they redid like going back to what if they just redid it, even though they did,
Yeah,
but they
and
left out the
failed, but
Galactic Conquest part. But if they put some more work into the Galactic Conquest part, they can make a real good game mode out of it. Um, because one thing you could have more strategic value on capturing planets. Because when it seemed like you just went to any planet that wasn't captured already, and then you
yeah,
just went to go capture it, right? Um,
yeah, and I think they give you like little blurbs about what this will do to help your fight, but I don't think it actually changed much.
I don't think it did.
Yeah, they should have like strategic value. Like certain plants are worth more than others
Yeah,
by like their military might. And
if they did something like that, that would be
may-
so much fun, man.
yeah,
But I
maybe
think,
more than one battle per planet.
yeah, I think they didn't do that because the new Battlefronts are really online based and not really because most of the combat going on in those old Battlefront 2 was mostly NPCs, but you were in with it too. You were probably the most damage dealing character on the battlefield on your team because it was funny because like everybody else would probably get like one or two kills per match and you're over here with like 60 to 80 kills or something, and then you're always capturing all the command posts and everything.
Yep. Yeah, and then you get one of the special characters. You turn to like Luke or Vader and
Yeah,
just
exactly.
fucking start demolishing people.
Yep. Yeah, it was a lot of
Is that
fun.
the Cloud City when Droidicas would start to roll up in some of those hallways?
Yep.
Then you didn't feel like the most powerful person
No, the droidicas would
once they throw on
definitely mess
those
you up.
shields and yeah, start blasting you away.
I still have the sound of their blasters ingrained in my head. The yeah,
God, it's such a good game.
it is so great.
Um, yeah, I don't remember there ever being a story to the game. I don't think there was a campaign or anything. It was just
I don't think so, honestly.
like
No, there wasn't a
like
campaign.
I think there was like there was a mode that I guess you could consider it was a campaign. I think, and I think you just fought different missions on different planets.
Yeah,
It was just a little bit different than Galactic Conquest,
yeah. I think you're
but
right, but I don't remember much of there being like a campaign. I think where it shined was just the battles and stuff.
yeah, except for Hoth. Fuck off.
Hoth was pretty bad. You get to play as the Wampas on that one though, so that was pretty good. It depend. It
Yeah,
depended. You had to play the hunt game mode. Yeah, hunt. Yeah. No, you can still play
yeah. I didn't
as
like how
Wampas, but you had to get points or whatever. But yeah, sorry, what?
big the map was on that one, and it seemed like most of the time when you're trying to get to one side to like get to those other generators to defend, uh, you were just going through miles and miles of ice tunnels, and I don't know, just wasn't a fan of the map on that one.
Yeah,
But most of the maps like Tatooine and all that are just fucking stellar.
yeah,
Playing on like Mos Eisley's Cantina and You get to hop around on the roofs, and I think you could be Boba Fett in that one too. You could fly around with the jetpack. And
In Hoth?
in Mos Eisley,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
because I remember trying to push the boundaries of trying to get out of the map. I think it was in that second one.
Yeah, I think you're
So,
right.
Trying to fly out of the map, and they tell you they're going to kill you if you don't get back in.
Yep.
Like a Battlefield before. Well, I guess Battlefield was out then, but
It was.
Battlefield-ish game.
Battlefield 2 came out that year. Never played it, but
Yeah. Yeah, that's all I got on my 5. 2005 was a year that I don't think I've gone back to any of these games.
No.
Really, since I lost my PS2. None of them are backwards compatible. I think Gun might be on 360. Or Battlefront is actually backwards compatible now, but I just don't think I've went back to it.
right. Some honorable mentions that I got is Area 51.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game is horrifying. Made me pee my pants as a kid. I think it was just the tension in this game because you played as this soldier going into this secret facility in Area 51 where they're researching aliens, and there was some outbreak, and then you just you don't know what's going on until you actually go into the facility and you find out what's going on, and it was nothing good, man. There's aliens running rampant. Everybody's dead. It was so creepy, man. It was fun because you had a gun and you get to shoot them and stuff. But I was just being a wuss the whole time. I'm like, I don't want to go through that door. You go through that door. Talking to my, NPC teammates. I'm like, I'm not gonna be the first one going through that door.
Yeah, you go die first.
Right. A lot of dark spaces, a lot of flashlights. But another one I got is Lego Star Wars. That one was good.
Yes, that one was on my list, but it didn't make the top 5. Is the first episode, right, that came out that year? Revenge of the Sith. Sith. God damn it.
The first episode was Phantom Menace. I don't remember.
Yeah, like the first episode of the game. I mean, which would be the 4th. No, that would have been New Hope. Can't remember because I know they split it up and they did each movie as a Lego game.
Yeah,
and then they did. Now there's the complete saga, and now in current day there's the Skywalker saga, which I think has all the old stuff as well in it too.
Yeah, so this game came out after all the prequels came out, so it had all the. Oh no, this game was about the prequels. So it had just Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith.
Okay.
So yeah, that's pretty cool. There's the Skywalker saga that came out recently. That one looked pretty good.
Yeah, I think a couple of mine that would be honorable mentions that I did have that didn't make the list was Lego Star Wars that didn't make the cut. Resident Evil 4, which is probably considered the best game of 2005 for most people,
right.
But I don't think I put enough hours into it for it to make my top 5 there.
Yeah,
probably in the top 10 though.
Yeah, I've never even played it yet. I've heard a lot of great things about it, and I want to get around to it. But yeah, it was just not something I got to play yet.
Yeah, and then technically, this one wouldn't fit the criteria, but GTA San Andreas probably would have been in my top 5. It came out in 2005 for Xbox, but technically it came out at the end of 2004 for PS2. So if that one was a couple months later, that would be in my top 5.
Oh, yeah.
But I just wanted to shout it out since we're probably not going to do a 2004.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, GTA, if it did come out in 2005 and I knew that, that would definitely be on my top 5 list because that is an amazing game. for what it was.
Yeah.
Just the whole like I don't think a GTA game did it since then, but I like the part like I think it was towards the end of the game where you were able to there was like a territory kind of mini game you could do where there was like gang territories that you could take over in certain parts of the city and stuff.
Yeah.
So there's like actual gang
Oh,
wars going on and stuff. Like I thought that was a really cool mechanic.
I don't think I actually even finished the campaign because I got to the dreaded. All you had to do is follow the damn train, CJ,
It
and I don't think I ever made it past that.
sucks
I
so bad,
spent
man.
I spent the majority of the game just typing in those cheat codes, and I'd get flying cars, and I'd go fly to the tallest building, and I'd just fuck around in that game.
Yeah.
Or they had like 2 spots in the game where if you found this one token, then you could add a second player into the
Yep.
game. It's super cool, and I'd do that all the time. And my brother and I would just mess around in the city, just kill things, and it was a fun game.
Yeah, co-op mode was so fun in that game. I still go
Yeah,
around and
and
play it
eventually-
sometimes with Courtney. Like we'll throw on GTA San Andreas and we'll just mess around in the city. And, you know, GTA split screen. It's pretty fun.
Yeah. Do you have it on Xbox or do you have your PS2 still?
I have it on Xbox. It's or no, because the definitive edition came out recently, didn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just
so it's
updated graphics
remastered
and
now.
stuff. Yeah, no, I didn't get that, but I have the backwards compatible version.
Okay.
So yeah, 2005 was a great
Yeah.
year for gaming. Too bad we'll never
it was.
see it again.
It was the it was kind of the origins of the 360, and Halo didn't come out that year, right? Halo 2.
Halo Reach came out that year, right? No,
No,
that
2005.
was 2008. I don't think a Halo came out that year.
Halo 2 was 2004. Oh yeah, because it was still on 360, and then Halo 3 was the next one to be on the new gen. Okay.
Yeah,
So yeah, I guess there was a gap in between the console and then having a new Halo there. So I guess that's not something new with Infinite. I guess they always had a problem releasing the games when the console came out.
yeah.
So I think they did that with Halo 4 too, like or as well. Like they released Halo 4 like right before the Xbox One dropped. So Halo 4 was a 360 only, I think.
Was
I don't
it?
think it had a 1 copy.
I don't remember that.
Because I don't remember ever seeing Halo 4 on the 1 other than backwards compatible.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah,
And then it was MCC and then Halo 5.
yeah. That kind of sucks, but now you got now you got that thing where you got some games releasing on next gen that's not releasing on. Well, I guess it's not next gen; it's current gen. Should I say next gen? I'm gonna say next gen because I'm still on.
I think it's next gen.
I'm still on past gen. If next gen is current
You're
gen,
on
but
you're on Xbox One X, right?
yeah, I have an Xbox One X.
Which I think is generation 4 technically.
Yeah,
Because I think it's higher than Xbox One, but it's below Series X.
it's weird, right? But
Yeah.
yeah, we're at that weird stage where some games are releasing for next gen games, but not current gen. Like Marvel's.
Yeah, there's Series X only.
Yeah, Marvel's Midnight Suns, for example. It's not just for it's for PC, Xbox Series X, and PS5. And I was super excited to play it, but I found out it wasn't for Xbox, and I was kind of disappointed. But I could see why, because they just don't want another cyberpunk scenario. They want to make sure it's coming at a later date, but it's just not released yet for current gen.
Yep. Yeah, I definitely understand because you don't want to hold back your game just to get the extra audience base from the past gen.
Yeah,
But then again, you're probably gonna alienate the people that don't want to upgrade. But
yeah,
I mean, what can you do? You don't want trash reviews just because your game can't run on the old gen. So
exactly. Yeah, it's something you can't really win, but you gotta take the lesser of two evils. I respect their decision for doing that too. So, but yeah, it is kind of weird times where we don't know if we need to upgrade or do we need to stay the same. I think I might just stick with
yeah,
PC because that seems to
yeah,
be
it's
a non-generation thing. They don't have to hop in and hop out of. I don't know.
yep, yeah. Except for upgrading your hardware to run the new stuff every 5 years.
Yeah, but the hardware isn't really advancing as much as people think it is. I mean, it's kind of marginal. Like I still have a GTX 1080 Ti and it's still holding up everything just fine. Like
Still works for
it
you.
still works for me. So I guess yeah, maybe I'm not really frame rate junkie. You know what I mean? Maybe I get little drops in frame rates or whatever. I just don't really care. But yeah, that's just me, I guess.
Yeah, there's a few games that are starting to be Series X only or new gen only, but not too many.
Not too
Like
many at all.
Flight Simulator, the Medium, stuff like that.
Yeah, which is okay. Honestly, how much more advanced do games need to be to like be exclusive on the next gen? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we're at a point in gaming history where like we can't really get any better than this, can we?
I don't know. I can definitely see it with like Flight Simulator being new gen only, just because of the insane scale of that game.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, stuff like the Medium, you kind of look at it and you're like, I mean, you probably could have ran this in 1080 or um, Xbox One X is 4K as well.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I
So
don't know.
I don't know. It's like
I don't know. Maybe it's just the new engines they're using that just aren't as compatible with old gen stuff.
yeah, maybe that'll change when more people start using like Unreal Engine 5 or, photorealism for graphics or whatever.
Yeah, if you start having these big, I think when the big companies move over is when everything will follow.
Yeah.
Like Ubisoft and EA and stuff, when they finally decide to say we're cutting it, everything from now on is new gen. Then everyone starts to kind of follow their lead.
Yep. And then everything's going to be $70.
Yep. Yeah. Or if Microsoft decides to, I suppose their first party things are still putting out current gen games. So
Yeah. Like it's weird too because like Callisto Protocol that has a current gen version and a next gen version. The next gen version is $70 while the current gen version is $60. So like
huh.
I kind of don't get it. Like is there extra resources being put into the next gen version to make it $10 more or like where's that $10 going?
I mean, I'm sure just for the like all the extra rendering they have to do and stuff like that. Um, I can see it. It's I don't know. It's one of those weird arguments where I'm thankful games have been $60 for so long.
Yeah.
I definitely don't want them to go up in price, but
Yeah.
I mean they need to pay their bills, and I guess it's understandable if games don't have microtransactions that they'll be a little more expensive.
True.
But
Yeah. That makes sense.
I did like how like Warzone did it. Like, cool, you can buy a battle pass, and then that funds the game, so that's how they can put it out for free.
Yep.
Or like I like how Halo 5 did it. Like they have a whole bunch of microtransactions, but they weren't pushed on you. They were just kind of like in the background thing, and they're mostly cosmetic. But all the DLC was free because of that.
Yep. Yeah.
So if those people that want to pay for it want to fund the rest of the game, for everyone else that doesn't want to, then I'm perfectly fine with that. But for those games that are going to cut out the microtransactions, if they need the extra money somehow, that's cool too. But if you're going to charge $70 and have microtransactions that aren't cosmetic, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, that's where we start having problems. And yeah, the way you explained it, it makes a lot of sense. So, we just need to have a little patience and understand where our money goes, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
And you don't want it to be like in a free mobile game thing where they're constantly pushing you to, or like GTA does the same thing. Yeah, honestly, you can't really play the game without spending money on it.
Yeah, they charge full price for the game. It does go on sale often, but you can still find GTA for way more than it's worth.
Yep.
It should just be a free game at this point if they're going to charge. Was it like $60 for a couple million in game?
Yeah, a couple million, and it costs a couple
is
million
nothing
to buy a
nowadays.
car. Yeah,
it's nothing.
And the amount that jobs pay you in that game is just ridiculous. The amount of hours you'd have to put in to just buy this certain thing is insane. But yeah,
GTA is still $60, but it's on sale right now for $20.
Oh, well, that's a deal, I guess. I don't know why the price hasn't gone
it's
down
only
at all. I guess since it's so popular, why would it?
It's only a 10-year-old game.
It's a 10-year-old game, but it's still so popular,
Yeah, but I don't know if they went through with it, so I can't say for sure, but I thought they were going to charge people for the Series X upgrade.
Oh, yeah. GTA 5, the definitive edition. I still remember that. I don't know. They're re-releasing it. I don't know if they're still doing it, but yeah.
Yeah, or
the enhanced edition or some shit. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I get that you're putting in some extra work to increase the quality of the game to upgrade it, but
this would be the third release of the game. This came out originally in the 360 days.
I don't know who's buying that. I mean, you're paying extra money to be forced to have it on your internal hard drive, and then all you're getting is quality upgrades.
Yeah, they can't be that drastic here. I doubt they are. But yeah, GTA is fucked. Gaming is fucked. What do we do? What do we do, Andy?
You just give up and die.
We give up and die.
Go back to playing games from 2005.
Yep.
Because
let's go back to 2005. 2005. Woohoo! You know what I mean? You see what I did there?
Oh,
I'll see myself out.
I did. It's not as catchy as 1985.
No, it's not.
I get you.
But,
I get
you. You know what I mean. We're out here bowling for soup.
Right.
But yeah, that's all I got. What about you?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, this was a bit of a weird episode for us. We've both been kind of sick and pretty busy with the holidays.
Yeah.
But the next episode will go back to our normal video game for the month. We got pushed back a little bit, and then from there you'll hear from the movies again from us, which the next one will be Doctor Strangelove.
Yep.
And what's the full title? Doctor Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. So
I'm excited to see that one.
Yeah, so you guys should be hearing Metro next week. Probably the 12th, I think, would be when that releases. And then Strange Love is the 19th. We might have a double episode in one of these weeks just to make up for the lost time, but we'll see as we get closer there.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
yeah, as always, reach out to us at hazardousopinionspod@gmail.com or shoot us a message on Instagram at hazardousopinionspod. We'd love to hear your thoughts, like what kind of games or movies you guys want us to cover, any other just general topics you want us to discuss about. We might do some of these more general discussion episodes as well in the future.
yeah. Keep it cheesy, guys. Like some mac and cheese. Keep it saucy. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, and let us know if we missed anything. Was there any good releases in 2005 that we missed or that we should go and check out? Just shoot us a message.
Give us your top 5.
Yes, for sure. We'd love to read it and compare with you.
All right. As always, stay cheesy. I said it before, but that's it.
See ya.
We'll catch you next time, Andy, Andrew.
No, I'll catch them next time.
Hey, see ya.